Hello, it's me, Sky, and welcome to this Diamond Art Club anniversary sale first look. These two kits arrived at my door just this morning, so I am going to try to get this video up as quickly as possible for you guys. It was unfortunate that these didn't arrive in time for me to do them as a sneak peek before the anniversary sale went live, but the good news is that as of the time of this filming, these two are both still in stock. So I'll have links down below where you can purchase both of these kits. Oh, and of course, a big thank you to Diamond Art Club for sending me these to share with you, and let me show you what they are. So this one is Night Serenade. It's by Wanda Mum, and the sizing on it is 20 by 25 inches or 50.6 by 63.8 centimeters. It is a beauty. It is also round drill. Sorry that I hit the camera there. And then we know it has 85 colors with 1 AB and 5 fairy dust. I'm glad they include this information on the side. On the back of the box, there is some kit contents listed. And then on the bottom of the box, this way, we have a smaller version of the image. So if you store your boxes on their side, you'll still be able to identify what they are. And then this one, this is a big kit. This is Dolphins Playground by Christian Reese Lassen. It is 41.3 by 27.6 inches or 104.8 by 69.9 centimeters. And this one is square drill. I guess I could give you a closer look at the image there, but we're gonna see it real big on the canvas in just a minute. And then on the side, we can see it has 94 colors with 3 ABs and 4 fairy dust. Okay, I think I want to start with unboxing this one because this one's gonna be a big one and it has a lot of colors, so it's gonna take up a good bit of time, but we will, of course, also take a look at this one. All right, I've got the plastic off of this one. This kit is so heavy. It was hurting my arms when I was just holding it up to like read you the sizing just a second ago. So there is a lot in here. Let me just go ahead and open it up and see if this insert will just slide right out or if I'm gonna have to battle with it a little bit. It wasn't too bad to get it out. Okay, so we have our toolkit, which we will look at the contents of in just a second. And then underneath this big canvas, we will find our thank you envelope. Uh-oh, is it not gonna go back in there? There it goes. All right, so on the thank you envelope, if we open this up, we will see our Treasure Quest card and this beautiful image over again. It is so pretty. And this is a bronze card. I will have a link down below to explain to you exactly how these are used. It's basically just another reward system from Diamond Art Club, but also just a really pretty collectible item. And then we also have our sticker sheet in here. And then on the thank you envelope itself, we have tips and tricks and step-by-step instructions, and then the kit contents again. And then over here, we have a QR code to take you to the VIP Facebook group. And then over here, we have QR codes to take you to the Diamond Art Club app. Then on the sticker sheet itself, we will find this beautiful larger version of the image. I cannot wait to see this on the canvas. We have a start and end date here if you'd like to track your progress that way, and then more information about the kit that we've already talked about, but all of these are stickers. So you can peel these off and put them in your logbook or wherever you would like. And then when you open it up, you have all of your individual stickers. So we've got 94 in this case, but these all peel off separately so that you can stick them to your containers when you're kitting up. And then if we look at the end here, we have got our special drills listed, so 3 ABs and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fairy dust. So we will find those in the drill packaging, but you can kind of get an idea of the color of those special drills and then kind of all the colors together here in one place. Next, let's take a look inside the toolkit. So we have a diamond painting pen, of course, and this one, the top just pops right off and you can twist it up and this clear wax that's inside will come up to the top and you can get started diamond painting. Then on the other end, we've got a multi-placer tip, and Also included is a little bit larger multi-placer tip, but you can also remove this and use a tip of your choosing. And then we have got the red heart wax and also some more of that clear wax that's already loaded in the pen. So if you run out, you can put some more in here, or you can just use this in your multi-placer if you'd like. And then we have a bag of baggies for kitting up or storage. And then also a diamond painting tray with a stopper and a lid. All right, now it's time to take a look at this hefty canvas. Let me take it out of this plastic. All right, plastic is off, and let's get the drills out. Oh my goodness, that's a thick drill package. Okay, let me turn it over this way. Oh yes, we can see them so well from this angle. Look at all those different blues. Oh, that is so pretty. There's so many drills. This bag, this is what was making that box so heavy, is this packet here. And then also, I want to point out that Diamond Art Club puts a label on their drill packages. So if you store your drills away from your canvas, then you'll still be able to match them up. All right, we will look at the drills some more in a few minutes, but for now, that's the wrong end. Let's take a look at the canvas. And I definitely feel like I'm gonna have to adjust my camera because this is a big one. But look at the colors. Oh, so many fishies. And there's our dolphins. There's some more up here that I can't really, I'm having trouble getting it on the screen already, and we haven't even finished unrolling it. Okay, we've reached the other end. All right, yeah, I definitely want to flip this over and roll it backwards just to get it to flatten out a bit more, but this will do just fine if I let it sit here for a few minutes. Diamond Art Club canvases are made with self-flattening materials, so I just want to go ahead and flatten it out for you right now. So I'm gonna roll it backwards, and then I'm gonna try to do something with the camera to see if we can see more of this canvas. Okay, I think this might be the best that I can do. This one barely fits on my table, much less in the camera frame, but we do have a little bit on this corner and a little bit over here that you can't really see, but I've done the best that I can, and I think you can get a general idea of the size and the detail. It's beautiful. Let me just reassure you, it's so beautiful. Now, I do want to do a bit of a canvas tour, but first I want to point out that there are legends on both sides of the canvas. And then at the bottom, you see we've got the title again, and then the dimensions again, but also this licensing information. So this just lets you know that the artist has given their permission and is being compensated for the use of their artwork. So if that is important to you, you can find that over there. Now down here, we've got a coupon code and information about Diamond Art Club's socials, and then also your warranty information is found down here. Okay, let's see if we can wrangle this one so that you can see closer up. Now look at the confetti there. And so many bright colors. So this is a great example of confetti. So confetti is just when you are changing your drill color quite often in a small area. So you can see that we've got a whole array of symbols and colors through here, and we are going to be changing colors a lot. But let's see if that carries through the whole canvas, because it looks like it kind of thins out a little bit up through here, but I mean, it's still quite a few colors. And then as we go across, maybe a bit more blocking in those darker areas. But then when we get over here, we're gonna pick up that heavy confetti again. So pretty though. So many bold, bright colors. But also a lot of nice, dark, subdued blue colors as well. Then as we climb up the side here, whoa, it is trying to get away from me. Then we can see some greens start to appear. And then as we get up here into the trees, this looks like more manageable not so confetti-ish areas. Now let me flip it this way. We can go across the top of the canvas. Oh yeah, much more blocking up here. And a nice soft colors. Very calming blues and purples. And then we go down this side, back into those palm trees again, or a palm tree. I think this is some like rocky, is there a mountain over there? I need to look at the original image. What are we even seeing over there? Yeah, there's like some rocks over there, but also some small trees. And then we go further down and the confetti starts to pick up again as we get to the area where you see under the water. And then this one's so big that you didn't even really get to see the middle when I flipped it all around. So let's see if we can see some dolphins. They're so cute. I love them. A little bit of blocking in there too. And then there's some jumping out of the water, aren't there? Where are those guys? Are they up here? I can't really tell what I'm showing you because this canvas is so big. Okay. I think, hopefully, that I've given you a decent tour of the canvas, and I'm going to get this huge humongous drill package and I'm going to show you each drill one by one. So I know this is not for everyone and there's a lot of colors, but I'm gonna go as quickly as possible. But if you wanna skip this part, that's fine. After this, we will look at where all of the special drills go. All right, we have 3 bags of 310, 2 bags of 826, 4 bags of 798, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of 939, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of 3838 and 996, 336, 2 bags of 995, Z794. So this one is our first fairy dust, and this one just has a special coating on the top that just has a nice shimmer to it. Hopefully it's picking up at least a little bit. It just looks like a little sprinkling of fairy dust on the top of that drill. So here is what a regular drill looks like. And then there is the shine on the fairy dust drill. 3840, 803, 3 bags of that. No, 4 bags. Okay, I should have counted before I started talking. 5 bags of 311. Z794. So this is another bag of that same fairy dust, another chunky bag. So that must be in a lot of places. Then 2 bags of 823. And then Z3865, so a white fairy dust. I find that this one is probably the hardest one to actually show you the coating. For whatever reason, my camera does not like to pick it up on a very light color, but hopefully you can catch a glimpse, but it has that same shimmery coating on the top as the other one. 2 bags of 797, 3843, 6002 and 157, 747, 2 bags of 334, 775, 6000, 322, 2 bags of Z155. So this purple fairy dust, we've got 2 decent sized bags. They're not large bags, but we have 2 of these medium sized bags. And there is that coating on the purple. I like that one a lot. 162, 317, 333, 3746, 3839, 780, 839, AB 3846. So this is our first AB, and what a pretty one. So AB stands for Aurora Borealis, and that just explains that iridescent coating and the way it catches the light. I'm sure that you can see what it's doing, or at least I hope so. I think it's picking up really well, but that coating just really gives these drills a flashy, pretty sparkle. So again, I'll show you just a regular drill next to this one. They are so gorgeous. I love it in this color. And then we have 796 at 902. 3042, 3854, 3799, 813, 6033, 720, 553, AB 470, so a green AB. Oh, that coating is really standing out on that one. And then right next to it, we have AB 917, so a bright pink. I love that. Oh, that's so pretty. And then 444, 550, 210, 3371, 304, Z743. So here's another fairy dust. This one a cheerful yellow color. It has that shimmer coating on it. 562, 918, 3837, 340, 938. 471, 3354, 3805, 825, 666, 3072, 3817, 552, 3842, 3815, 6012, 166, 603, 3808, 718, 318, 809, 6001, 3852, 3348, 703, 601, 3811, 913, 3042, 3752, 153, 554, 3849, 519, 951, 3848, Ecru, 341, 3766, 3328, 3047, 832, 500, and 3807. So that is all of the drills, and I will separate out these special drills and we'll take a look at where they go. All right, let's take a look at our 3 ABs. So we will start with the green one, AB 470. And what I noticed about, well, I won't even say about most of these special drills, but a lot of the special drills are in these coral reef sections and just kind of confetti popped through there. So this one is kind of like that. So there is a little bit of it up through here, and then this is gonna be very difficult for me to slide this canvas around, it's so big. But then right through here, there's some more, down here, right here. And you can kind of see that these areas are more green, and it just kind of has a little pop of that AB in it. And then this side doesn't have as much, but there are just a few little pops. I'm trying to find one right now. Oh, right here. Here we go. There's a little bit right here as well. Not a whole lot of this one, but it's a pretty small bag. And then the next one is going to be the pretty pink one, AB 917. And this is kind of the same thing. We've just got some bright pink areas, and Nugget is snoring so loud, I'm sorry. There is a good bit in this section, and then a good bit through here, right here, there's some, and then just a few little like dots of it up through here. And then let's check the other side. Yes, we've still got some pink going on right here. There's less of it over here. There is still a good bit of pink, but it's other pinks and not as much of the AB, but just a few dots of it still on that side. And then we've got our pretty blue AB 3846. And this one is going to be a little bit more widespread, but there is some still down here in the coral, just tiny areas of it, not very much, but a lot of it is sitting throughout the water, just in small amounts, but adding a real pop of color. And that goes all the way across. There's some right here, some here, and then these bright areas right there. And I think that is all for that one. Let's check if this side of the coral has any. I see one drill of it. Let's see if I can hold the canvas up so you can see that little dash. One of that AB right there, and there's probably a few more speckled in there that I can't find, but that is where most of it goes, is in this water area. Okay, that's the ABs, so now we will look at the fairy dust, much more chunky bags of these. So we will start with the purple, this one, the Z155. So this one, there is some down in the coral, just very few little pops of it. I found it a few minutes ago and now I'm not able to come up with it. Ah, there, just a tiny little section. I don't even know if you can tell that that's purple, it's so small, but it is there. But where the majority of this is, there's a little pop right here, but the majority is this purple area in the sky. So kind of in blocks up here. I'm gonna just turn the canvas all the way to the side. So that purple right there, that anchor symbol, this color here, that is the fairy dust. So it just travels all the way up the canvas here. So that is where most of that is going to be. There's also a section of it right here. And I don't know, let's look at the other side of the canvas at the upper part. I don't think that that side is going to have so much of it, but it is definitely this lighter purple over here and then right up there. Next, we've got our happy yellow fairy dust, and this one is going to take us back down to the coral, and these bright pops of yellow that are really easy to see, like right here and then here. And some of the, like this is bright, but it's not the fairy dust. So there are a couple of other yellows, but a lot of the places where you see the bright yellow, it's either going to be all fairy dust or have some of that fairy dust in there. And then we've got these little fish right here, and they have got some fairy dust, they're not covered in it, but there is some there. And then on this side, there is a good bit of bright yellow, and that fairy dust is just gonna be sprinkled throughout all of that. Just a good bit of it. And that's the only place that that one's gonna be. Then we've got our 2 bags of Z794, and this one, while it is a little bit in the coral, just a few little areas of it, not a whole lot, most of it's going to be in the water, just lots and lots of outlining done with this color, all through here. It goes all the way across, just giving some highlight to this whole area, sometimes almost in blocks. There's so much of it. It takes it all the way across, all the way over here. And then this kind of lowest blue area that's bright right here, all of that is that same fairy dust. And then let's see, yes, up in the sky area up there, that's all that fairy dust as well. Some nice chunky blocks of it up there. And then we have our white fairy dust, and this one will be pretty easy for you to spot. So there are some bright white colors in the coral, and that is the fairy dust, but you can see this big chunk of white right here. That's going to be the fairy dust, and it's kind of speckled throughout the water, and some of this spray that you can see, that is the fairy dust. And then of course this, where our light is coming from right here in the middle, that is going to be that fairy dust as well. And then there's a line of it right at the top. Every time I put my hand in front of the screen, it makes it go blurry, but there is a line of it right at the top as well. Okay, I think that we've covered everything about this canvas. I'll give you one last little look at it. A beautiful, beautiful and very big canvas with lots and lots of gorgeous color. And I'm going to pack this one up and we will move on to our second canvas. All right, here is Night Serenade. Also, my neighbor just started cutting their grass. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. It's not really loud to me, but sometimes things pick up really loud on the camera when they're not loud in real life. So I'm really sorry if you can hear that. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this kit. This one feels so small now that we were looking at that really large one, but it is 50.6 by 63.8 centimeters. So that's not, I would still say that's medium size, but that's almost small. Okay, this also has a toolkit, but it's the same contents as the other one, so we're not going to look at that. Then we can find the thank you envelope. So this is going to be mostly the same, but we are going to have our Treasure Quest card that has this image on it. So pretty. Also a bronze card. And then this will be the same, but the sticker sheet will be different. There is the larger version of the image. Beautiful. And then here is our sticker sheet with all of the individual colors, and we can look at our special drills. So we've got 1 AB and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fairy dusts, which we will look at when we take out the drills, but there they all are together. All right, now we can take this canvas out of this plastic overwrap. Now we'll see if we can get the drills to come out. There they are. Gosh, this is a really big assortment of colors. Lots of bright colors, but also lots of subdued colors. I can't spot any of the special drills, or if I see them, I can't tell that I've seen them. And then once again, this one has the label on there, so you can match these up if you store the drills separately. Now let's take a look at this pretty canvas. We may have to do some adjusting with the camera because I was set up for like a landscape, and this one might be more portrait oriented. But let's see. Oh my gosh, those mountains. Oh, I love these colors. Oh, this one doesn't feel huge at all. This is a very manageable size. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over and roll it backwards, and then we're gonna see about this camera angle. Okay, I think I've got most of it on the screen now. Isn't that beautiful? And I've told you everything about a Diamond Art Club canvas with the legends on both sides and the licensing information down there at the bottom. But we will take a little tour of this canvas just to see about the color blocking versus confetti situation. It seems like a nice mix. It looks like there's a good bit of blocking, but also like right here, that's probably more along the lines of confetti. And this section may be a little more confetti, and up here. But those trees have a good bit of blocking in there. And then this looks like some blocking here along the sky area. And then it gets more confetti-ish as you go up. But I really think this is not a horrible amount of confetti, I would say. I think it is more on the blocking side but with some little confetti pops here and there. And then we'll go down this side, but I expect it will be pretty similar over here, maybe a little more confetti on this side than the other. And then we've made it back around. Okay, so now I'm going to get the drills out and we'll again go through those one by one. So you can skip this if you'd like, and then we will look at where the special drills go. Our very first one is Z352. So a fairy dust in this pretty peachy neutral, which I love so much. Then we have 3861, 3042, 317, 152, 414, 223, 3835, 327, 3041, 3799, 6014, 926, 823, 310, 939, 318, 161, 3371, 413, 552, 402, 452, 160, 3740, 742, 3771, 3731, Z3856, so that's our next fairy dust. It's kind of yellow, but also also a neutral. I'm very interested in these fairy dust and AB colors. I love that one. 6001, 3712, 722, 648, 758, 931, 3834, 927, 791, 3816, 158, 3803, AB 3755, so that's our AB, a nice blue color, very subtle though. I mean, as subtle as an AB can be. I just mean the color itself. It's a very subdued blue. I like that. 3607, Z743, so a brighter yellow now in the fairy dust. 224, 315, 597, 312, 842, 3727, 738, 3750, 3827, 3810, 961, 524, 3778, 945, 3688, Z503. I like this one too, like a really soft teal color. All of these are just very soft tones so far. 915, 437, 3078, Z3807, so kind of a darker color for this fairy dust, a blue. 924, 839, 168, 992, 3831, 3858, 535, 727, 553, 356, 453, 6033, 3350, 3760, 221, 517, 3328, 3802, 415, 951, 322. Okay, that was all the drills, and I've got these special drills separated from their strands, so we will start looking for the AB. So this one, well, really what I've noticed is most of it is in the sky area, which is probably to be expected, but there is a little bit in this section down here, but not this one, or at least not that I could find. This one is mostly going to be on this side of the canvas and not very much of it. It's right through here and a little spot right there and a little spot right here and right here. I'm not really finding much of it, which is why I think it might be sneaking up on me in some other spots. Here's some more of it right here that I just saw. So it may be sneaky around here in some little confetti pops, but I don't see much more than that, and it's a pretty small bag, so that may be it. Then next we have the first fairy dust, this Z352, this nice peachy color, and this one is going, well, let me put these packages down. Okay, I wanted to be able to hold the canvas so I could show you how widespread this is. It's kind of in blocks. So you see the two dots right there? That is this fairy dust. So it's going to be all right here, and then it continues in this area. And then now let me put it down now that you know what we're looking at. And it continues up all the way to right there. There's a little bit right here of that fairy dust as well. And so I think all of that is probably, that's a good bit of blocking. So that's probably the only place that it is. It's gonna take up that whole bag with all of that blocking right there. Next, we have our Z503, this nice soft blue, green, teal fairy dust. And this one, I only found it in a few spots, but it's just in little lines and little pops over on this side. Kind of down all through here. Just kind of highlighting this area. Not all of that light green that you see is the fairy dust. It's sitting next to another color that's very similar, but they're just using the fairy dust to kind of accent all of that. Then we have our nice yellow fairy dust, and this one is going to be right here in a little bit of a block, and then right here, and a little bit up here. And I think that might be it. This is a pretty small bag, so I don't expect to find it in a lot of places. Then we have this nice darker blue. It looks almost purple on the camera, so maybe it's more of a purple. But this one, I finally found some down here. So there is some at the very bottom, kind of where the light is reflecting on the water down here. And then I saw a few pops in the mountains, kind of highlighting through there. And I looked up here in the sky area and I didn't see any, but there could be some sneakily hiding out. I just didn't find it. And then we have Z3856, and this one is a little bit in the mountaintop here, but mostly it's going to be, let me roll this up a little bit. There's a little bit right there as well, but it's mostly in the middle here, in this brightest spot. There are some other colors in there. It's not just one block of that fairy dust, but it is just kind of hanging out all around through here. And then also on this side of the canvas, many of these little stars, they are this fairy dust. Some of them are not. They're not all this same color, but many of them are the fairy dust, just dotted around. But some of these little dots are, like this one is not, and this one is not. So it's dispersed all over the place. I don't see it used on this side though. So all of those stars are a different color. Okay, I think that's everything about this canvas. Those colors really sold me. I really love the choices of the special drills, and I like how subdued the colors were when we were going through the drills. I kind of thought this was going to be really bold, but it's kind of much softer than I thought, and I really like that. And the sizing is very manageable, so that kind of makes me want to work on this one sometime soon, but we'll see. So once again, thank you very much, Diamond Art Club, for sending me these kits to share, and I'm sorry that I was not able to get them in time to have them up before the sale, but like I said, as of the time of this filming, these are still available. So you can either go to Diamond Art Club's website or go straight to the links in my description box to find these kits and shop for them. And I will talk to you in another video soon. Bye!